Need the quick take on today's market moves? You've found the right place. We're doing a deep dive into Grok Trade's stock market summary for May 1st, 2025. Our mission: pull out the key stuff, stocks, economy, crypto, so you're up to speed fast.
Yep, we've got the Grok Trade report right here. It covers the big indices, economic notes, and what's happening with Bitcoin and metals. Ready to jump in.
Let's do it. So stocks first. Looked like a decent start to May, generally.
Yeah, pretty positive overall for U.S. stocks, even with, a bit of sell-off near the close that trimmed some gains.
Okay. Grok Trade flagged the S&P 500, the SPY, said it closed up, 0.7%?
That's right, 0.7%. And importantly, it closed above its 50-day moving average.
Which is usually seen as a bullish signal, right? Like maybe buyers are stepping back in.
Exactly. That 50-day is often a key level for short-term trend. Getting above it suggests some renewed strength.
And the NASDAQ, QQQ, often leads the way.
It did today. Led the gains, actually, up 1.31%. And like the S&P, it also finished above its 50-day SMA. Tech seemed to be the driver there.
Makes sense. What about the Dow, the DIA?
A more modest gain for the Dow, up just 0.27%. It did manage to push over a daily resistance trend line, which is good.
What?
But it's still lagging below its 50-day moving average, so not quite as strong a signal there yet.
Okay. And the small caps. The Russell 2000, IWM.
Similar story, really. Advanced 0.62%, cleared its daily resistance line, too.
But still below the 50-day average.
You got it. Still under that 50-day SMA.
Okay.
So progress, but maybe not a full green light just yet for the Dow and Russell from that perspective.
Right. Grok Trade also had a note on financials, XLF. Said it was teetering. What's that about?
Yeah, teetering at its 50-day SMA. It means it held above its resistance trend line, which is positive, but it's right on the edge of that 50-day average. It's like a key battleground.
So we need to watch if it holds that level or breaks down. Could influence things.
Definitely want to keep an eye on. Financials are a pretty important sector for overall market health.
Okay, let's pivot to the economy. Sounds like Grok Trade saw mixed signals.
Yeah, a bit of a mixed bag. The market seemed optimistic, maybe partly on hopes for, trade deal progress.
But they said details were sparse.
Exactly. So maybe some optimism built on, not much concrete info yet. Speculation, perhaps.
And they mentioned jobs data.
Very much so. Big focus on the upcoming payroll numbers, especially since we've seen, unemployment claims tick up recently. That data will give a clearer picture of the labor market.
So the positive stock closes today happened despite some economic question marks lingering.
Precisely. Investors seem okay navigating the uncertainty for now, but Grok Trade suggests tomorrow's economic releases are pretty important. They could confirm the optimism or challenge it.
Got it. Let's talk crypto. Bitcoin had a pretty significant day.
Oh, yeah. BTC surged about 2.7%. Big move.
Yeah.
It broke through the $96,000 level.
96,000. Wow. Grok Trade saw this coming.
They mentioned anticipating a potential breakout from what they called a high base chart pattern. So this fits that picture.
But does it stick? That's the question, right?
Always. Confirmation is key. Need to see if buying interest stays strong to really call it a sustained breakout. But it's a significant move.
And while Bitcoin was surging, precious metals pulled back.
They did. Gold GLD was down 2% and silver SLV down about 0.71%.
Does that signal anything? Like a shift in sentiment?
It can, yeah. Sometimes you see money move out of safe havens like gold and silver into riskier assets like crypto or certain stocks. When confidence rises, it suggests maybe a bit more risk-on appetite today.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Quick summary from Grok Trade for May 1st.
Yeah.
Stocks generally up. S&P and NASDAQ cleared key moving averages.
Right, those 50-day SMAs, bullish technical signal there, potentially.
But the Dow and Russell, while up, are still below theirs. Financials are on the edge.
Yeah, petering.
Economy, still uncertain. All eyes on upcoming jobs data, especially after hints of trade optimism.
Exactly. Need that confirmation from the hard data.
And then Bitcoin breaks out significantly above 96K, while gold and silver take a step back.
That's the picture. Bitcoin surge, metals dip, potential risk-on signal.
So the big question these moves raise is this bullish momentum sustainable? Especially with the economic backdrop still a bit fuzzy.
That's the core question.
Yeah.
Will the S&P and NASDAQ hold above those 50-day levels? And what will tomorrow's economic data actually show? Will it support this move?
Or will it reveal some cracks that maybe the market's ignoring right now?
It makes you wonder, is this the real start of a risk-on phase, a sustained rally? Or are there, hidden vulnerabilities that the next batch of data might just expose?
Definitely something for everyone to think about. How strong is this foundation, really? I'll have to watch closely. Thanks for breaking it all down.
My pleasure. Lots to watch tomorrow.